Today's Christmas spot, we are having a look at the NECA Toys, A Christmas Story. This is Retro Cloth Ralphie. Let's grab the tape measure. Ralphie is a little smaller than a regular retro cloth figure, so he's actually closer to about 6 inches in height. Of course, he gets one accessory, and the only accessory a Ralphie should come with, and that's the official Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 shot range model air rifle. Yes, unfortunately, the one thing that he wanted for Christmas just didn't seem like he was going to get it. The Red Ryder BB gun looks quite good, actually, right down to the lighter browns that they put on the little rope. And then on the other side, you've got the kind of little red, little silver accents there as well. It doesn't load or anything like that. It's just a straight plastic piece. But I think all things considered, NECA did a really good job on the Red Ryder BB gun. To get it into Ralphie's hand, let's first grab Ralphie here. One hand is kind of more so for holding the barrel end of the gun. The other hand has the trigger finger. To accomplish this, you have to kind of get the, let me just show you here, the actual pumping or the reloading mechanism for the BB gun. You actually have to just fit in between his fingers, get the thumb over top of the front, and by virtue of that, you end up getting the trigger finger right around the trigger of the Red Ryder BB gun. And then from there, because he has double hinged elbows, you can go ahead and just bend the elbow. And he can, at times it does struggle, but you can get him to actually hold both ends of the BB gun. But a lot of times, again, you just have to kind of bend the elbow. A lot of times it just kind of pops, bing, just pops back out. But successful patience, just overall understanding of how joints work, you can actually get him to properly hold the BB gun with both hands. Let's go ahead and take, for all that, let's go ahead and take the BB gun out of his hand. There we go. And put it to the side. Whilst we have a look at Ralphie here. Now Ralphie, of course, is using a retro cloth body. Underneath all of that is a smaller frame body. I think this might have been the same body that they used for the Kevin, as well as possibly the little boy Jason Voorhees that came with the Pamela Voorhees 2-pack. I can't imagine that they would have used a brand new retro built body. Possibly they could have done that. But Ralphie here is sporting a pair of brown shoes, brown slacks, a white sweater, and then underneath that he's got himself a shirt, which is not really even so much a shirt. What do they call this? A dickie? Where it's actually just the top part of a jacket or top part of a shirt that's underneath a sweater to give you the indication that there's actually a collared shirt underneath. Outfit-wise, it actually looks quite good. And there's the back of it right there. Somebody had asked me, you know, in previous retro cloth figure reviews, were the pants on backwards? I've actually gotten a couple of comments about that. A lot of times what they do is they Velcro the back of the pants so that the front, you don't see a very noticeable area in which the pants would open. So that's why they a lot of times put it at the back, just because you're not going to see it. Ralphie doesn't seem to have that because, well, it looks like the pants are more elasticized than they are an actual Velcro closure. Now, granted, there's a huge potential for future Ralphies, and maybe in the same way that they've done with the Clark Griswold, maybe we might get future Ralphies that, for example, could be in the cowboy outfit, for example, could be in his, winter gear. You could have also even given him eventually the, the bunny outfit as well. I think there's a lot of potential for future, retro cloth releases of Christmas Story figures. We're, of course, going to look at the old man in the next video. But let's have a look at his face. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. His face is joyous, is about the best way to describe this. He has just received his Red Ryder BB gun. He is ecstatic, and he's looking forward to going outside and giving it a try. Just, of course, don't shoot your eye out. That's what they tell him throughout the course of the movie. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. And then ultimately, well, we know what happens if you've seen them, of course, the movie. I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth that has not seen A Christmas Story at least once. It tends to usually be my go-to for a Christmas movie. I watch that every single year. But as it goes for a retro cloth figure, it looks quite good. I feel as if perhaps his skin tone might be a little too on the red side. But generally, other than that, I think the face sculpt is quite good for a very ecstatic Ralphie. His glasses are lensed, but luckily the lenses don't distort the eyes, which is one problem that lenses on plastic figures tend to do. It distorts the eyes. But the mouth sculpt, of course, you have him with the mouth open and the eyes very, very large. Technically, NECA did release Christmas Story figures before, but of course they were just the regular plastic figures. Maybe I'll try to do those during this year as well, kind of do a throwback on those Christmas Story figures. But yeah, overall I do think the head sculpt is quite good. The hair comes across a little on the gloppy side with the additional blonde that they've added to the existing, my guess is, flesh tone that's underneath that. But other than that, otherwise, it's a pretty good looking representation of Ralphie here. Now let's have a look at his articulation. Of course, he does have the ball joint in the head, so it rotates all the way around, and you can also hinge the head up and down. The arms hinge outward. Initially, I thought he only had a single hinge on the elbow, but actually, let me just roll up the sleeve to show you. Ralphie's got a double hinged elbow. He's got two hinges. One and one gives us two. He's also got the hinge on the arm in the hand, as well as a hinge back and forth. Let's put down his sleeves here. He has a waist swivel, and he's got the split on the legs, forward and back motion on the legs, and he's got a bend at the knee, and he's got also the hinge on the feet. Again, I hope NECA eventually goes the route of giving us ball joints, attaching the feet to the socket portion of the leg. It would be, I would imagine, a more affordable route because you're just molding a ball joint at the end and it would sit in the socket of the foot, and it would also allow for extra posability. As it stands right now, Ralphie can hinge his foot forward and back, but unfortunately he can't hinge the foot outward, which is one of the downsides of using just a straight out hinge. Other than that, and other than just the construction of the figure, I'm overall pretty happy with how little Ralphie turned out. One little extra thing I want to add on to this review for final looks is, unfortunately, with the hinges on the legs the way that they are, his feet, as mentioned in previous videos, slightly sit on an angle. Ralphie doesn't really get a firm footing onto whatever surface you want to display him, so at times the figure may topple over, which is, again, I hope something that NECA may entertain for future retro cloth figures, swapping a hinge out completely and maybe going the route of a ball joint instead. Still a really nice looking representation of Ralphie now in retro cloth form. We get all the benefits of a previously released Ralphie to some extent, but now we get the benefits of fabric for his outfit as well, which is a nice way to elevate an already cool looking figure. Maybe I'll try to go back and have a look at some of the older Nightmare Before Christmas, the Christmas Story figures from the folks over at NECA, so you guys can see what they look like when they initially first came out. We're also going to be having a look at the Old Man. His review will be following right after this one, so certainly stay tuned for that. But if you haven't had a chance to hit that little subscribe button down below, make sure you do that now. Of course, more Christmas videos will be coming your way as we get closer and closer to the big day. And that's when that guy comes down the chimney and gives you presents. And if you don't have a chimney, that's okay. I know a lot of people have asked, like little kids have asked, well, what if I don't have a chimney? Don't worry, Santa Claus finds a way. He always finds a way, and you'll get presents. Again, like I said, more Christmas videos will be coming your way. We're going to do some other regular non-Christmas related videos as well, so if you're not really into the Christmas spirit, it's okay, it's okay. I'm going to do some other regular non-Christmas videos as well. Either way, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.